Welcome to the podcast series of the DIEM Doctoral Network, a EU-funded project studying distributed ledger technology, innovation and ecosystem management, where throughout this podcast series we are going to interview various stakeholders like doctoral candidates and industry experts regarding distributed ledger technology. Today we're recording the first episode of the podcast here at the Vrije Universiteit Amsterdam, and we're excited to give you more insights into what our PhD students or doctoral candidates are working on.
Welcome everyone. My name is Aleksandra Komorowska and I'm a PhD candidate at Vrije Universiteit Amsterdam and I research blockchain business models. And today me and Chaouki will be talking about organizational dynamics of blockchain innovation. Also, we'll be later joined by Xiaoyang and we will continue the conversation then. I wanted to start off, Chaouki, by giving you a few minutes to introduce yourself and maybe tell us a bit more about what are you focusing on in your research.
Oh, thanks. Well, my name is Chaouki. I have a background in mathematics and statistics, studied in Cyprus. Then I followed another master's in the UK for data science. Again, I got another master's in France. It's where actually I got the spark that I really like research. Started working for a period of time in Paris, but I keep following this research stream. And again, also I was like really fascinated. I was like, this hype of blockchain that was in 2021 and NFTs. I was a part of it, and I lost lots of money. I will not later about that. Yeah, but. It was the first spark of interest of blockchain. So my interest for research, my interest of blockchain came together, and DIEM projects, it's a dream for me.
Yeah. I think you have impressive academic and professional
thanks. Well,
experience. So I think in the corporate world, blockchain innovation often requires some kind of shift in mindset of corporation.
That's true.
Some kind of eagerness to embrace change and openness to collaborate.
I agree. Actually, many companies after the failure of Nokia and Kodak, everyone is taking these two as an example. Nobody really wants to miss out the train of innovation, and everyone wants to catch up because once you miss it, you miss it. But at the same time, this puts you, should we just rush to innovate for no reason, or should we have a goal?
Yeah, exactly.
It's one of the part that we will cover in our projects in the end.
That's what I wanted to say. So it's not only about adopting this new tool, this tangible technology.
That's true. Yeah.
But also some reimagining how business works and how organizations adapt.
Yeah.
So I wanted to start by asking you about the specific characteristics that actually make blockchain technology a game changer in the corporate world.
Of course, yeah. Well, one of the first characteristics and the main one is decentralization. And as we know, centralization is power, and decentralization is probably loss of power. That's why we saw this resistance from intermediaries like banks, etc. But of course, there are many novel characteristics like decentralization, immutability, transparency. But as you said earlier, people should adopt blockchain to solve a real world problem or to add value to their business, just not adapting blockchain for the sake of blockchain.
Yeah, exactly. So I think it has great potential.
Of course, yeah.
And do you know any case of company that used blockchain or
Of course.
overall DLT
Yeah.
technology?
Well, me as a young researcher, now I'm starting reading a lot of paper and a lot of use cases about blockchain. But also, if you remember, me and you, Aleksandra, we attended this event in Amsterdam about blockchain, and we saw many use cases of blockchain, but most of them are concentrated in finance sector, but also new emerging businesses now start adopting blockchain. It's a game changer for them. It's for example, supply chain management. And we remember that talker Mary Kay, that she was like really defending this blockchain, and she proposed, like her company proposed that blockchain will be a part of her supply chain management. For example, of course, I have to break it down to a simpler way, because also this is one of the issues that's when we were talking to people in the event, everyone knows about blockchain, but only few people like really know it like deeply. And we still, because it's emerging technology and there are many use cases of it. So let me come back to my point. So her company was actually using blockchain for supply chain of apples. For example, first I will get the apple first in the firm, and I will probably know the pesticides and everything that was actually involved in planting this apple. So I will upload it to the block. Again, in laboratories, they will test it. They will upload data in the block. So me as an end user, I will know from where this apple is coming from. Of course, we need infrastructure for that. And this is one of actually the challenges encountering blockchain. But I think once we will get over the issue of regulatory landscape, I think the infrastructure will not be a problem. And if you remember, many panels that were talking about the regulatory issues.
Exactly, because it's all emerging, and also I think blockchain interacts with other technologies, and it's all kind of like
that's actually me too. I was inspired about this point about, should we focus on blockchain itself, or does it come as a whole, or the interplay between blockchain, Internet of Things, AI, and everything? It's also a question that I don't know the answer about right now. But
I mean,
probably
also during Expo, right? A lot of people talked about how blockchain interacts with other technologies, and it's also emerging that companies need to really focus what is the most important to them. And it
that's true. Like the
brings
use
me,
case,
to the next question. So more about digital transformation process. So actually involving those emerging technologies into companies. So what are the steps in this digital transformation process? So in our case, when organizations want to involve blockchain in their operations.
Of course. I think first is to have an idea about the final goal. What do you want to reach through this digital transformation, and which added value will be at the end? So this is, I think, the very first step. Then it comes also this step number 2 is education and information. And this is, I think, DIEM is solving this issue. We are here actually for knowledge dissemination. I think first you have to define the objectives and to define the ways to reach these objectives. And of course, you have to educate yourself and know everything, or the final point that you want to reach.
Of course. I mean, like, the goal is the most important, so you don't miss on this value creation process and not just focus on this adding this new tool.
Exactly. Just not for the sake of transforming digitally, but you should have a goal after it.
So I think blockchain has a great potential then.
It has a great potential. Of course, also I will come back to the Expo because it was so inspiring. Sorry for that, but there are true believers or defenders of blockchain, and there are pessimistic people about blockchain, which makes it a little bit, give it a little bit of balance, And us as PhDs, we are here to examine the situation. We are not advocating any sort of technology, but experts say that blockchain has a bright future. So we will find out at the end. This is our job.
Yeah. So thank you, Chaouki, for this great
No,
conversation.
thank you. I enjoyed the conversation with you today.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.